What's up, y'all? This is your boy Nicholas Ramsey, and I am back this week with the first ever show review. This is season 5, episode 14 of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Alright, so let's just get the show on the road. So, the show starts off with Moniece crying her eyes out to Mr. Ray, talking about how AD broke up with her through a text message. Now, I don't know the full story, but I know Moniece, she can be kind of crazy sometimes, but still, you deserve that respect of that face-to-face communication. Nobody should ever have to go through that via text message. You out here bawling your eyes out and this girl's already in the pool with another girl? No, ma'am. So the clip that you're seeing right now, it happened later on in the scene. It's when Little Fizz, which is Moniece's baby's dad, set up a talk with AD. You know, he's cool with her too. And Moniece just to talk and see what's going on from here. You know, if you watch previous seasons, you know that Lil Fizz is really active in his son's life, and he cares for his son's best interest. So if this relationship is toxic and it's affecting my son, something gotta go.
At the end of the day, what does matter to me is Cameron's relationship, and that's the only reason why I care.
Until we get through this, Cameron's not an option. That's the point, and that's
let me say one thing, AD. You know, I've been in relationships since I've had Cam, and my exes ain't around. You gotta respect the kid's mom. If she don't want you around because y'all not together, then you're not gonna be in Cam's life.
So I really commend Little Fizz, because this is the first time I actually think I saw him really stand up for Moniece, saying, hey, he told AD straight up, none of my exes are in my son's life. So if the mother of my child doesn't want you in there, you gotta go. But AD, you know you are wrong for what you did to Moniece. Breaking up through text message, like, you should be able to have this face-to-face communication, especially because y'all been together for 2 whole years, and you just gonna break up with her through text? No. And Moniece, honestly, she might have done you a favor, because you really don't want to be with nobody that's about to break up with you via text message. So Mr. Ray made a really good point, and he says, and I quote, "Let her free herself. If she doesn't want to be with you, you don't need to be with her." So that goes out to everybody up there. If they want to leave you, let them fly like birds and go away to never return. All right, so Tierra Marie's whole storyline this season is about the leaked sex tape between her ex-boyfriend Akbar and herself. So if you don't remember, here's a copy of the press conference that she did once the sex tape was released.
Last week I found out that my boyfriend was cheating on me, so I broke up with him. Right after that, he posted a sex tape and an obscene photo of me, and clearly to humiliate me.
First, Tierra, was he really cheating on you, or did you really know about those wives all along? Because 1 and 1 isn't equaling up to 2 right here. Clearly, it's not in the relationship either, because it's a bunch of y'all. So next, we see Akbar ambushing Tierra. They're arguing on his live stream. First of all, Tierra, what are you still doing with this man? This man had your vagina all over the internet, and you still going back to this? I understand people can be in love and know when a relationship is toxic and just leave. This man got your vagina all the way out here on these streets, and you going back to this man because you want closure? How much more closure can you get? Then you get mad when your friends be like, leave this man alone, and I just don't understand. So they're just arguing, and then she hops in the car and she just speeds away. So then the next scene, we see Akbar and I think she's white, or she's foreign or something like that, one of his mistresses. She is in the house with him. So then the other wife, I don't know what type of polygamous stuff they have going on, but the other wife pops up knocking on the door, and she's like, what you doing here, to the other mistress and whatnot. And then they start arguing. So then Akbar finally reveals to Sade, like, Stop playing this with your emotions. I'm playing with my mind. So he's really manipulating Tierra. So the more she spends time with him, the worse it'll look on her part, because then she'll be motivated to drop the lawsuit because she's still really in love with this man. That's a whole manipulator right there. All right, so fast forward to Marcus and Brooke. So we all know that Brooke wasn't invited to A1 and Lyrica's gender reveal, but Marcus was, and Brooke wasn't invited because Lyrica and A1 kind of like blame her for starting this whole Safari and Lyrica sleeping together, cheating, whatever you want to call it, rumor. So she wasn't invited to the gender reveal. And Lyrica and Brooke have been friends for years, but Lyrica just feels backstabbed by her friend, when really her friend was just speaking facts. Yeah, she was just like, did you sleep with Safari or not? And Lyrica just blew up. I mean, it's probably true. That's why he blew up like that. But what do I know? So Marcus goes and tells Brooke that A1 and Lyrica, they're having a boy and this and that and this and that and this and that. And he also spills the tea about Rockstar saying that he smashed Lyrica.
And so, you know, Rockstar proceeds to just pretty much say, yo, I've been knocking down Lyrica.
What?
Yeah, he say he been driving that car.
And he just can't respect somebody out here just bragging about smashing somebody else's wife, especially because he's so close with A1. So Brooke is working with Rockstar. So she tells Marcus, I'm with Rockstar. We're working on this single or album or whatever they're working on. They're working on music. And he's like, you got to cut that. You cannot be working with this man and he out here talking about smashing other people's wife. Like, if we're in a relationship, this has to work. You're not about to go anywhere I'm telling you to stay out of. And she's like, no, you better be able to understand and trust me that I know what's best. So that was that. And they ended up meeting in the studio, Brooke and Rockstar. So Brooke, when they meet in the studio, she confronts Rockstar and says, hey, I heard you smashed Lyrica, but she said she never had sex with you, so what's really going on? He said, basically, he went upstairs, she was butt naked, 2 and 2 equaled, bam. And he was like, she's just out here lying, like, I don't know what she's lying for. And then Brooke is just like, you know, Marcus wants me to stay out of this. He doesn't want me to be in any part of this drama, so I can't work with you. And he's like, you can't let no man dictate what you're about to do with me. This ain't even got nothing to do with you. So he got persuaded and she took her behind right into the studio and she made her music. And if y'all haven't seen earlier this season, the whole time when they ended up working in the studio, because Moniece, it was originally Moniece's studio session. Brooke came in to support Moniece. So Moniece was struggling and she passed out. Brooke, being the messy friend that she is, steps into the studio while her friend is outside with the paramedics. And she sings Moniece's song. Now, Brooke, I really like you, but that was shit.
8 days a week.
Yeah.
I need you the same way.
Yeah. Brilliant.
I got real crusty feet, so you gotta get down.
All right, so our next thing, we have Amber Diamond and her mom, Shun Love. They're getting their nails done, having some mommy and daughter managers, you know, kind of special time. So Amber is in her phone texting, and her mom is like, hey, who are you texting? And she says, Marcus Black. And her mom is like, Marcus Black? And she's like, yeah, you know, he's dating Brooke Valentine, this and that, this and that. Her mom's like, no, you're not about to be a side piece. And she's like, it's nothing even like that. He may have been liking some photos on my Instagram and talking about my booty and all that good stuff, but he may have a crush on me, but who wouldn't? So she said ain't nothing really going on, but we all know where this is about to go. Amber, I just gotta tell you to watch out. Because I don't know if you've seen the other episodes where girls tried talking to Marcus, but you see who got the ring on their finger, right? Leave it at that. Then we have Rockstar's party. Now, Rockstar has both Brooke Valentine and Tierra Marie hosting. And if you haven't seen the other episodes, Brooke and Tierra got into it because Brooke is just being 100% real. You know how Brooke is. Even though it comes off as messy sometimes, a lot of times it's pure facts. Like, the reason that they're not getting along right now is because Brooke confronted Tierra like, hey, I know this man, you say, leaked your sex tape, but I heard that you still out here hanging around with this man. Like, what's going on? So of course Tierra got on the offense because she knows it's true, and she just starts cussing Brooke out and calling her B. So Akbar's wife ends up showing up at the party and says, Tierra, you've been blowing my phone up. And Tierra says, you know what? You saying that you married to this man, but if y'all married, there's a legal paper. I don't see no receipts. And the mom is like, the wife, Sade, is like, we're married, like, leave this man alone. If it wasn't up to me, I wouldn't even have picked you. So this whole it's too much going on. Akbar is not even like, anyways, I'm gonna leave that at that. All right, so this episode closes out. Well, Tierra had a little meeting with her lawyer and whatnot, and he was just telling her everything that everybody else was telling her. Sorry, I saw something. He was just telling everybody else, telling her everything everybody else was saying. Leave this man alone. Why are you still with him? Episode wraps up with Akbar meeting with Rockstar, and I'm gonna show y'all what that was like.
I just feel so bad for Tierra. It is about time to pull up on the dude who keeps dragging Tierra through the mud. At the end of the day, if you say anything other than I'm sorry, I'm taking off, I got no time. And that's a promise. You know who I am?
Who are you?
I'm Rockstar. You know who that is?
Rockstar?
Yeah, you don't know Rockstar?
Popstar, yeah.
Yeah, Rockstar.
Popstar.
Who's a bitch? What's up?
Yeah, I am.
What's up?
I am.
You ain't nobody. What's up? I'll beat your bitch ass, blood. What's up?
Straight boy.
You's a pop star. Listen, we already on your head. I'll beat the brakes off your ass. Show me. What's up, blood? All you do is pick on. I'm picking on you. You're not picking on no. I'm to pick on you. Break your jaw, blood. I came here right now. Break your. I will start you, goofy boy. What's that little outfit? What you got on? Shut up. What are these? What is that? What are those? Red bottoms. Shut the red bottoms. What you got on? Zebra. These are Gucci. Ain't no Gucci. All you do is with you putting out sex tapes on. You know, I'm sneaking a bit. I'm low-key a porn star. Yeah, right.
Whew, the ghetto. But anyways, y'all, that wraps up this week's episode of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you won't miss any of the latest notifications. Until next week, I'm your boy Nicholas Ramsey, and have a great evening.